and burn.
Hey everyone. So today I want to discuss the film The Boy from 2015, if memory serves. This is not that piece of shit movie, Brahms or whatever the fuck it is, about the stupid little doll that wasn't scary at all. This movie is about it's a really quiet story about a budding sociopath slash psychopath. It's about a little boy who lives with his father at what is essentially a dead motel and just what he gets up to day. And this movie is incredibly quiet. There's a they sort of keep everything really subdued and everything is played really close. And you just know something's going to go wrong at some point. And the kid is essentially the boy is essentially trapping people at the motel where he lives with his father by either disabling a person's vehicle when they happen to come by the motel honestly just to stay a night. He'll fuck the car up so they have to stay a little longer. Or he'll, set up an accident with a deer where, he'll throw a bunch of feed on the road when he sees a deer so a car will hit it. And that's those two things that I just said actually happen in the movie. And when he disables the one family's car, he gets to keep the kid around for a couple days because he doesn't have any friends. And he playfully sort of tries to drown the kid, and the kid doesn't do anything because there's nothing really malicious there, or there is rather, but there's nothing really implied. There's nothing too psychotic about it. It's more just casual. They're playing around. He held him under the water. The kid just kind of gets up and leaves the pool, and the boy even apologizes to the kid, says I'm sorry, and the kid says it's cool, whatever. And the boy has a habit of going through people's rooms and stealing shit from them, and it's how he sort of like I don't know if he's collecting memories or if he's trying to relate or he's trying to be as human as he can be because this kid is far from human. His eyes just tell you everything you need to know. This kid just doesn't feel. And so he gets money from his dad by going around and finding roadkill and then disposing of them, and his dad gives him whatever for the roadkill. And at one point, his dad chooses to freeze his assets and take all the kid's money. And the kid goes out to the chicken coop and stomps one of the chickens to death. And that, in a sense, is pretty much the most aggressive thing that he does in the movie until the end of the film. And nothing else really happens. The guy who's staying in the one room whose car he totally fucked over with the deer attack thing, um, that guy's damaged goods, and he has a thing of somebody's ashes that he takes with him. And at one point the boy steals them, and the guy goes after the boy, and he's like aggressively going after the kid, and he's like, where the fuck are the ashes? And then the kid says, oh, they're out in the junkyard, blah blah blah, they're over here, they're over there out in the junkyard. So they go to the junkyard, and the boy has set up this trap with a tarp where he grabs the guy's ashes, and the guy's chasing him, and the guy runs over the tarp and falls into this hole in the ground where I don't know if the kid sort of set up like a Vietnam era sort of like bamboo stick trap where there was something that he put in there that was sharpened to begin with, or if it was just sort of a happy accident for the kid. Because when the guy falls into the covered hole, he lands on something that punctures his side, and he can't get out because the hole's too deep, and he's injured pretty severely. And the kid just goes back to kind of watch him from time to time in various states of pain and discomfort and death. And the movie concludes with him maybe low key attempting to suffocate one of the prom kids who had rented out pretty much the whole hotel for one night to party after prom. And she's passed out on the bed. She drank a lot, and the kid sneaks into the room, and he puts his hand over her mouth and her nose, and he starts to like I said, low key choke her out when her boyfriend comes back into the room and accuses the kid of molesting her, even though when the boyfriend found the kid was just standing there. So he definitely wasn't molesting her. They drag the kid outside, and keep in mind too, the kid's like 9, and they actually beat the shit out of him. Like they kick him a bunch of times, and then they pour beer all over him, which, like any sensible 9-year-old, um, this prompts him to grab the guy's ashes, who he dropped in that hole, smear them all over his face, put on a set of deer antlers that he made with this belt that he got from the deer that he baited into eating the food that he put on the road that would destroy the guy's car who had the ashes. And he goes and he proceeds to soak the old motel, this old fucking dry piece of shit motel, with gasoline, and he sets the place on fire. And he gets away with it because he blames the guy with the ashes. The police said at the end of the movie, they're like, hey, have you seen that guy that was staying in that room? And he was like, yeah, I saw him. Just before the fire, he was looking in all the rooms. And the kid just kind of dead eyes it the whole time. And he even kills his father in the process, and he doesn't seem to care. When the paramedic says, I'm very sorry to hear about your dad, do you have any other family? He just kind of gives this blank stare, and he says, yeah, I have a mom in Florida. And that's how the movie ends. So I don't know if that implies that he always wanted to be with his mom, because it is sort of suggested. That's what is suggested, throughout the course of the film a couple times. Or if he's just going to head out to Florida and fucking destroy his mom's life too. It's hard to say. I don't know. But I did love this movie. It's quiet. It's a slow burn of a film, I suppose. I never felt it to be very slow. I thought it's not the fastest moving, that's for sure, but I definitely wouldn't classify this as slow moving. It's just a little on the quiet side. And I think it's a fairly honest portrayal of somebody who's lacking feelings. Because they're not always out there slaughtering people. They're not killing 24/7. You know, a lot of these people, they get away with the things that they get away with because they're very careful, and they put a lot of distance between them and the incidents, you know, and they give enough time for everything to calm down. Because, you know, if killing is your thing, you don't want to get caught, right? So I really liked this movie. I thought it was honest and real, and I loved how it was based off a chapter in a book. I believe the book was called Miss Corpus, if memory serves. And the chapter it's based off of is the name of the Henley Road Motel, if memory serves. I think the motel was called the Henley Road. And that's what this entire movie is based off, a chapter in a novel. And I thought that was really clever, too. You don't see a lot of things like that in movies. So, yeah, this movie was perfect. But I'm going to go because I've been talking about it for a little over 7 minutes. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discuss the 2015 film The Boy. If you liked this review, like always, don't forget to do something nice for someone. I'm going to go. Have a good night. Or day. Or, yeah, it's still day. Have a good day. Yeah, day. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.